Ladies and gentlemen, behold the F-22 Raptor. For over 2 decades, this air superiority fighter has remained the apex predator of the skies, an engineering marvel so advanced, it is legally banned from export. But beneath its alien-like, radar-absorbing skin lies a symphony of classified technology. Today, we are not just looking at it, we are stripping it down to its bare metal bones. First, let us appreciate the scale. The Raptor is a beast, stretching 18.9 meters in length with a wingspan of 13.6 meters, dimensions carefully calculated for a terrifying balance of supersonic speed and lift. To put that into perspective, its wing area alone covers 78 square meters, roughly the size of a standard 2-bedroom apartment. This massive surface area provides the incredible lift needed for high-altitude dominance. But the Raptor's true claim to fame is its invisibility. Notice the geometry. There are no accidental curves here. Every single edge is sharpened to a razor-thin margin. This is a technique known as planform alignment. If you trace the leading edges of the wings and the tail stabilizers, you will see they are perfectly parallel. It is geometric perfection designed for one purpose. When hostile radar waves bombard the aircraft, they are desperately looking for a flat surface to bounce back to the source, revealing the jet's location. Instead, the Raptor's angled surfaces scatter that energy harmlessly into the void, ensuring the enemy sees nothing but empty sky. Geometry is only half the battle. The Raptor is cloaked in a top-secret iron ball paint, a radar-absorbent material known as RAM. It is not just paint, it is a trap. Functioning like a molecular sponge, the RAM coating captures electromagnetic energy and converts it into minute amounts of heat, effectively erasing the aircraft's signature. Even the cockpit canopy is a piece of high-tech engineering. Notice the distinct golden-orange tint shimmering under the light. That is not for aesthetics. It is a microscopic layer of indium tin oxide. This conductive coating turns the glass into a unified shield, closing the loop on the aircraft's stealth profile. Without it, radar waves would penetrate the cockpit and reflect off the pilot's helmet, a chaotic signal that would instantly reveal the jet's position. This gold layer keeps the pilot hidden. Moving to the engines, the air intakes are typically a stealth fighter's Achilles heel, acting as giant echo chambers for incoming radar. To solve this, Lockheed Martin engineers utilized serpentine ducts. If we look through the fuselage, we see the intake tunnel curves aggressively upwards and inwards. This geometry completely obscures the highly reflective engine fan blades from frontal view. Any radar entering this tunnel gets trapped and absorbed, never to return. Beneath the stealth coating lies a skeletal structure that is an engineering marvel in itself. We are stripping away the composite skin to reveal the F-22's true backbone. Unlike its predecessors, the Raptor utilizes a massive amount of titanium alloys comprising over 40% of its structural weight. It is built to survive extreme stress and heat. Look at these massive single-piece bulkheads where the wings attach to the fuselage. These are not bolted together. They are forged as giant, singular components to handle high-G maneuvers. To join these sections, engineers used electron beam welding, creating seamless joints that are stronger than the metal itself. No rivets, no weak points. Now, let us extract the heart of the beast. 2 Pratt and Whitney F-119 PW-100 turbofan engines. Each of these power plants generates a staggering 35,000 pounds of thrust with afterburner. Combined, they produce more power than the entire starting grid of a Formula One race. But raw power is not the only trick. The F-22 possesses a unique capability called supercruise. It can sustain supersonic speeds without using fuel-guzzling afterburners. This allows it to close in on targets faster and stay in the fight longer than any rival. The most visually striking feature of the F-119 is at the very rear, the 2D thrust vectoring nozzles. Unlike standard fixed nozzles, these wedge-shaped paddles can move vertically, directing the engine's explosive power up or down by 20 degrees. This gives the Raptor super maneuverability. It can perform impossible aerial stunts, like the J-turn or the Cobra maneuver, defying the laws of aerodynamics. But why rectangular? The shape is critical for stealth. It flattens the exhaust plume, mixing it faster with cool outside air. This reduces the infrared signature, making the F-22 incredibly difficult to track with heat-seeking missiles. The nozzle flaps themselves are coated in ceramic tiles to withstand temperatures that would melt standard steel, keeping the internal mechanisms safe. The engine also acts as a cooling system for the avionics. Fuel is circulated through heat exchangers, absorbing heat from the electronics before being burned. With a titanium skeleton and a heart that can vector thrust, the F-22 is not just a plane. It is a physics-defying predator. Welcome to the office. The cockpit of the F-22 is the interface between man and machine, designed for total situational awareness. Gone are the analog dials of the Cold War. This is a glass cockpit, dominated by 6 liquid crystal displays that present flight data, navigation, and threat assessments. Control is maintained via a side-stick controller on the right console, not a center stick. This allows for precise, force-sensitive inputs while managing high G forces. But the pilot rarely needs to look down. The wide-angle head-up display HUD projects critical targeting and flight info directly onto the glass. In a worst-case scenario, the ACE's eye ejection seat is the pilot's last line of defense. It can blast the pilot to safety from 0 altitude and 0 speed. Cruising at 60,000 feet, the air is too thin to breathe. The OBOG's onboard oxygen generation system filters nitrogen from engine air to supply unlimited pure oxygen. Now, let us move to the nose. Housed within the radome is the ANGOP 77 ASA radar, the eyes of the Raptor. Unlike traditional mechanical radars that physically turn to scan, this is an active electronically scanned array. It has no moving parts. It can steer radar beams instantly in any direction, tracking multiple targets simultaneously while scanning for new ones. But its true power is stealth. It uses low probability of intercept (LPI) technology. The radar hops frequencies 1,000 times per second, appearing as random background noise to enemy detectors. But the Raptor does not just look. It listens. The All-94 system consists of over 30 passive antennas distributed across the wings and fuselage. It detects enemy radar signals from hundreds of miles away without emitting a single signal itself. It triangulates the enemy's location in total silence. All this data, radar, passive sensors, and navigation is fed into the central processors to create sensor fusion. The pilot does not see raw data. They see a simplified God's eye view of the battlefield, where friendly and enemy forces are clearly identified through the intra-flight data link. Raptors share this picture with each other instantly. If one F-22 sees a target, every F-22 sees it. This information dominance allows the Raptor to execute its doctrine: first look, first shot, first kill, before the enemy even knows a fight has started. A stealth fighter with external missiles is just a target. To maintain its cloak of invisibility, the F-22 hides its claws inside the fuselage. There are 3 internal bays. The main ventral bay houses the heavy hitters, 6 AIM 120 AMRAAMs, the most advanced radar-guided missiles in the arsenal. Launching a missile at supersonic speeds is chaotic. The Raptor uses the Law 142 vertical eject launcher, a hydraulic trapeze system. It literally punches the missile through the turbulent air boundary layer before the rocket motor ignites, ensuring it separates cleanly without hitting the jet. Flanking the main bay are 2 smaller side bays, designed for the close-range AIM 9X Sidewinder heat seekers. Here, the mechanism is different. The missile extends out on a canted trapeze rail, placing the seeker head into the airstream to lock onto targets before launch. But what if the missiles run dry? Hidden behind a seamless door on the right shoulder is the M61, a 2 Vulcan 20 mm cannon. It fires 6,000 rounds per minute. That is 100 rounds every second. But with only 480 rounds stored, the pilot has less than 5 seconds of trigger time. Now, let us put it all together in a combat scenario. The F-22 detects a hostile fighter group 100 miles out, cruising at Mach 1.5 in Super Cruise. The Raptor closes the distance fast. The enemy radar shows empty sky. They are already dead. They just do not know it yet. Fox 3. The bay doors snap open. A missile drops. and the doors close all in less than a second to minimize radar exposure. The AMRAAM speeds towards the target at Mach 4, the F-22 turns away. Leaving the danger zone, it's job done. Should the fight get personal, the Raptor's thrust vectoring allows it to pull extreme angle of attack maneuvers, pointing its nose and weapons where others stall. Combined with the high off-bore sight AIM-9X, the pilot simply looks at the enemy, and the missile follows his gaze. At a cost of $150 million per unit, critics called it too expensive, but in modern warfare, second place means extinction, unmatched speed, invisibility, and lethal precision. The F-22 Raptor is not just a fighter jet, it is the ultimate guarantee of air dominance.